All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, coming with a message this evening. I want to say that I don't know how I really feel about this topic. I feel that it's something saddening for me, but it's not really what Yah wants me to feel. So I might be in my flesh with the way that I feel. But it's sad, um, I would say. And the Most High Yah don't want me to see it at that level of sadness. So I'm going to try to teach this message in a way that someone out there, the one, can feel where I'm coming from with this. Uh, and the topic is Yah's name sake. Yah's name sake. Being so, it has been said or spoken so many times about for his name's sake. And in me, I'm like, you doing all this for your name's sake. And we still can't see and understand what it means when it's your name's sake or for your name's sake. I want to first and foremost give this to you in a way that you can understand why it is said several times over and over and over for my name's sake. First and foremost, is to protect and protecting one's reputation. Okay. It is a form of protecting one's reputation. Okay. Yah's reputation is righteousness. It is honor and it is power. Yah's reputation is an act of protecting his holy name. So he is protecting his holy name, his righteousness, his honor, and his power. His expectation that his people would live in a way that reflects his honor to others. That was what was in him. That his people would live in a way that would reflect his honor to others. And this is where I say it feels sad because we failed right there. Even to today, he has to protect his own reputation, because we ain't got the sense to. We think it's about us. This is why I say unto you, for so many times can I already discern. People tend to create everything around them. They can feel and they apply everything around themselves. Just think about all these churches on every corner, all these different religions, these different beliefs, religions, denominations. these different leaders, all of them running around here, making it all about them. So Yah has to protect his own holy name, his own righteousness, his own power, his own holy name. So when you hear it's being said, not because of you, but because of my holy name, my repetition, my reputation, not because of you, my reputation. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Going back again, it's saddened because when I think of it, I think of us as flesh, humans, has molded everything about this creator around them and theirs, me and mine. No honor, no righteousness, no power. So he has to bag his own namesake up and down. It is said, his expectation that his people would live in a way that they will reflect his honor to others. We never did that. Never did it. So let's go into it. Let's go to Psalms 23 and verse 3. Psalms 23. Psalms 23 and verse 3. In Psalms 23 and verse 3, listen to what he says. He restoreth my spirit. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Not for David. But for his reputation. Not for David, but for his reputation. What is it David saying? He restored my spirit. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness. For me? No. For his own name's sake. What that leads me to believe is Yah would and have ordered us in a way that his own reputation, his own holy, his own righteousness, his own honor, and his own power will always be upheld. Because he's here doing something for David so that his name's sake, reputation will be upheld. Not David, but his own. And David says, he restored my spirit. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness. Now you got to understand, righteousness is not yours, you guys. Never was and never will be. It always belonged to the bosom of the Father. But he lead David in that path where righteous reside. Okay? For what? His own name's sake. Let's go. Let's go to, is that Psalms 6 and verse 5. Let's see what it says. Psalm 6 and verse 5. Nope, that's not it, is it? Nope, that's not it. Okay, let's go to Proverbs 22. Proverbs 22 and verse 1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. See, y'all want us to understand 99.9 look at great riches as to what the world would call honor, righteous, good, power. Do not they detach riches with power, honor, righteous? Oh, that person must be really doing something. They wealthy. That person must be this, and this because they wealthy. The mindset is gone from the people. It's been gone because they got it all screwed up. But in Proverbs 22 and verse 1, it says a good name is rather to be chosen. It's good to be chosen with a name, under a name that is good than great riches and what they call loving favor rather than silver and gold. To be favored by Yah is better than the riches which people hold dear to and wouldn't trade it in for nothing. To be favored by Yah, praise the mighty Yah. It's more than silver and gold. To be favored by Yah. It's more than silver and gold and riches. Even a great name is better. So when you flip that here in the world, they see it to be the opposite. A movie star, a singer. That's a great name to them. Because it holds what? Wealth. I think without a doubt, I find Michael Jordan to have one of the wickedest heart and hardened heart of man on the face of the earth. He's one of them. But because of what his talent and his wealth has brought him to a level where everyone wouldn't see nothing but to honor him, even to the point of worshiping him. His name get the honor. His name get to be looked at as something righteous. His name get to have so much power behind it. But Yah says, for my name's sake, does I do this, and this. He has to give his own self the glory, the honor, the righteousness, the holiness. His own name's sake. Because if it was left up to us, we'll give someone like Michael Jordan. We'll give someone like individuals who movie stars and singers and people who's wealthy. We give all the honor and all the glory to them. We exalt them because we really believe they're to be honored because of their wealth. And Yah is saying a name in Proverbs 22 and verse 1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches and loving favor, rather and given favor rather than silver and gold. Let me get that out right quick. Favor in Hebrew. Because here it's grace. Favor, more grace rather than silver and gold. That's what I wanted to talk about. More grace and kindness is favor, is what favor is. More grace rather than silver and gold. And we're on this earth putting everything else above his name's sake. So when you run up on verses talking about Yah said this for his name's sake, know this, that he's given himself the honor that's due him. Why? Because we as human beings don't have the sense to do so. When I say that, I'm coming right back to his expectation that his people will live in a way that reflects the honor, his honor to others. So you see, we as the individual call ourselves the people. You haven't brought honor to his name's sake. You have not brought no honor, none whatsoever, but you've made yourself to be all that and some. What do you mean? You see how Judah is in America and all they can think of is that we are the people. We are the people. We are the true Jews. But when you finish, you're the true fools. Because you have not recognized that instead of be fighting and saying you're the true Jews, but you're the true fool. Because they took your identity 400, probably longer than 400, most likely longer than 400 years ago, and you just not recognizing it. That's how stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient you are, to the point where you still ain't figured out who you are. All you can say, I'm the true people. I'm the Jew. I'm the true Jews. How is that bringing any honor? How is that bringing any honor to the Most High Yah for his name's sake? Did you get the point I'm making? We sick. Okay. So I would like to go to Isaiah 48. And we run around here and we thinking that we have the answer to everything because we think it's about we the true Jews. We never recognized we were the true fools. Even to this day. Still not yet bringing honor to his namesake. Or for his namesake. So that what? We live this way that others may see him through the way we live. And they may honor and praise and exalt him. But we're running around here thinking it's about us. Especially if y'all were to today, let's say for today, if y'all were to decide to take everything from everybody, especially from their cars to their homes to their jobs, leave them just food. I can guarantee you'll hear people hooping and hollering trying to find out who Yah is. But because all these materialistic things, these things that got you thinking to not live in a way that people can see him in you to bring honor to his namesake. You see? So he has to do things and speak on it. So you would, 99.20 billion still don't understand, Father, that for your name's sake do you do the things that you do just to hold up the honor, just to hold up the honor, the reputation, your righteousness, and your power. Because if you wait for these flesh, you can hang it up. That's why I say, people, y'all entertain too many wicked and evil people. That's one thing I realized on YouTube. You entertain too many evil and wicked people. So here in Isaiah 48 and verse 9, let me see what he's saying here. And it says, for my name's sake will I defer my anger. And for my praise will I refrain from thee, that I cut thee not off. That I cut thee not off. But what is he doing that for? For his name's sake will I defer my anger. And for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. You see how he's doing it all because of his reputation, his honor, for his righteousness, for his holy name's sake, for his power, for his whole reputation. He does these things. Because if he was had to wait on you to live a life to honor him so that the world could see exactly the reflection of his honor through you, he ain't getting it. So he wants you to know, for my name's sake do I do these things, and not because of you, because you ain't done nothing and you ain't gonna do nothing. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go on into that. Isaiah 48 and verse 9. And it reads, for my name's sake will I defer my anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. Let's drop down to verse 11. Let's drop down. We're still in Isaiah 48. Let's drop down to verse 11. For my own sake, even for my own sake, I like that, will I do it. My own reputation will I do it. For how should my name be polluted? And I will not give my glory unto another. He says this in verse 11. For how should my name be polluted? That's what Israel did. They polluted his holy name. And I will not give my glory to another. Let's start from the top. Isaiah 48, verse 11. For my own sake, Deborah, for my own reputation, even for my own reputation, Deborah, will I do it. For how should my name be polluted, Deborah? And I will not give my glory unto another. Praise the mighty Yah. You see? But yet we think that we have the authority to run around here talking about we the true Jews and have portrayed to be the true fools. Let's say we say that we are the true people of Israel. and we are the true Jews. Let's say that. What have you seen about your own tribe, your own nation on this earth that has been positive? No, let's put it like this: that have given honor to the Father, the creation. Not now one of you. Don't even think it, because you would be lying straight out of your thought. You would be lying without even professing it out of your mouth, out of your thoughts. You would be lying, because it ain't nothing we have done or lived to show honor to the Most High Yah. Sit down and stop lying. But we quick to say we are the true Jews, as if that's good enough. And then you hanging on 8%, give or take 4% out of 100. Still don't know. Still ain't sure. But just running to and fro with all this deception and lying, and still not bringing any type of life or living style that brings honor to his righteousness, honor, power, or holy to his name. But we want to play all these things about we all that and some. Sit down. Okay, so let's go to Isaiah 46. In Isaiah 46, I think that might have been, yep, that's another one that I couldn't use because I don't know why I wrote that one down. 46 and 11. Let's go to Exodus chapter 20 and 20. So I'm just showing you Exodus chapter 20 and 20. I'm going back to Exodus, showing you back into what you call Torah. So I'm going back that way. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 20. So when people run around talking about, well, we need to go back to Torah, your tail, sit down. If you ain't done anything from your inner man to live a living that honors and glorify and magnify his righteousness, his holy name, or his power, sit down. So we in Exodus chapter 20. Let's hit verse 20. And it reads, and Moses said unto the people, fear not, for Yah is come to prove you, and that his fear might be before your face, that ye sin not. That still is not, that ye sin not. That still doesn't give me what I'm looking for. Okay, I would like to go Ezekiel 36. I know it's in Ezekiel 36. Matter of fact, I was looking at a whole bunch of verses, but I didn't want to bring them all before you. But I don't know how I got Ezekiel chapter 36, because that one, and I'm going to read it before I bring it forth. So I'm going to read it again. Make sure it's my... But I think I already know it's in Ezekiel 36. Let's see that. In Ezekiel chapter 36, and I'm trying to get you to understand, for his name's sake, is for his reputation, for his honor, for his holy name, for his righteousness, for his power. He does these things because we have failed him in this area where we have not lived in a way that shows honor to his glory, to his righteousness, to his power. Ezekiel 36 and verse 19, and it reads, I scattered them among the heathens, and they were dispersed throughout the countries. according to their ways, their way, and according to their doing, I judge them. See, that's what they don't understand today. Even the 4% that feels that they are awakened, they don't understand this is a judgment of the Most High Yah on you. And you still over here in the land of your captives, denying the full judgment that is upon you. It ain't that somebody stole your identity. It ain't that somebody took your identity. It ain't so much as that somebody got you somewhere and they living where you should be. You messed that up for your own self. Now, Yah says here in Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 19, and I scattered them, Deborah, among the heathens, and they were dispersed throughout the countries, Deborah, according to their way and according to their doings, Deborah. I, the Most High, Ahia, judge them. Continue, verse 20. And when they enter into the heathens, whether they went, they profane my holy name. They profane my holy name. His reputation, his reputation, Israel smeared. And you want to run around here talking about precept upon precept, line upon line, a little here and a little here. You get somewhere and sit down. So here in 20, he says, and when they entered into the heathens, Deborah, whether they went, Deborah, they profaned my holy name. When they said to them, this is how they did it. These are the people of Yah and are gone forth out of the land. They didn't care. They profaned his holy name. They were wrong. But yet in all, they didn't own it up, just like Adam in the garden. Still never owned it up. Well, what do you mean, Deborah? You all don't understand. Ezekiel chapter 36 here is covering information poured out unto the prophet Ezekiel about how they end up where they are going to end up. What a lot of you still don't understand, they were in what he promised to Abraham, the promised land, floating with milk and honey. They were not lacking anything. They had everything, even Yah among them. But they did everything the world and some were doing. They did everything toward the sight of darkness, evil, and wicked. And then they stood in the front, not in the back, in the front of the faces of the heathens and profaned his holy name. Instead of honoring him, they dishonored him. Instead of showing righteous toward his name, they showed unrighteous. Instead of being holy toward his name, they showed unholy. What did they show that to? To these Europeans and these Irans, these East, West, Middle East. They, German, all of them, they was playing a part in it. You see how they did it? But yet they stand today and will not own it, have not owned it, cannot own it, and will kill you if you try to get them to own it. You see how bad that is? So here in 36, he says that they profaned his holy name. They didn't uphold him. They didn't honor him. They didn't show righteousness under his name. They didn't show holy that rest in his name. Instead, they did unholy, unrighteous, and unhonor. They profaned his name. Verse 21. But I had pity on my holy name, on his own holy name, which the house of Israel profaned among the heathens, whether they went. And he's saying it wasn't because they end up in the land, they continued to profane his holy name among all the heathens. And all the heathens, I can look at 90, between 90 and 8 Europeans. That's what's wrong with Judah today. They get in front of the heathens and they do whatever they tell them to do, or whatever they feel they can do before them, even if it's to kill their own brother, their own mother, their own father. Anything, they would do it. If they done it unto the father, they would do it unto their brothers, their wives, their children, their husbands. No different. And he said, he telling us in verse 21, but I had pity, Deborah, on my holy name. Why? He had to uplift his holy name because of his reputation. He had to uphold it, his holy name, because Israel had profaned it. You see? And believe it or not, you're on the devil platform doing the same trash as you did when you enter into these different countries. Same doing thing. It's nothing different. Nothing at all any different. Let me see what's in Ezekiel 20. Let me see what that is saying. Ezekiel 20 and verse 9. Let me see. Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 9. And it reads, but I wrote for my name's sake that it shall not be polluted before the heathens, among whom they were in whose sight I made myself known unto them, in bringing them forth out of the land of Egypt. Let's go over that again. See, Judah was known for that. Judah was known to pollute his holy Yah's holy name. So this is why Sister Deborah should be fully ready to preach the gospel and not be trying to place a people under this thing that we are the true Jews and everybody done us so wrong, because it's not going to change the way that Yah has directed our living. It's not going to change. Why? Because it's nothing you did that have changed. You're still polluting his holy name. It's nothing Judah is doing that will, in his living, that will show honor. See, that's exactly what I was saying about the men of the Hebrew Israelite cult and movement. They're not doing anything, and the women are not either. None of them doing anything to show honor, to show his righteousness, to show his power, to show his holy. They're not doing any of it. And they're not going to, because they made the focus all about them. And all he wanted them to do is to live the living in front of the heathens and Gentiles, a way that you were bringing honor to the Most High Yah. You were showing righteousness, which is the Most High Yah. But instead, you polluted the holy name of the Father. And you stand here today still trying to justify, clarify, and identify your own self-flesh righteousness. That's how I see this platform. Everybody trying to make themselves right so they can look at somebody and say, yeah, you the wrong one. Yeah, you the wrong one. All because they have profaned his holy name. They cannot, have not, and will not bring honor to this world. Their light will not shine so that the world can see and worship the Most High Yah. This was their duty as Israel, as Judah. They didn't just fail in Israel or in Egypt or all the lands that he'd given them. They have failed in this day of the land of their captive, still with that same stiff-necked rebellion and disobedient heart. Rooted so through generation, rooted so deep. Many people won't even look up stiff-necked rebellion and disobedience, and then they'll find out it's a people who cannot follow order. But no one wants to do that. They want to precept you the lies. They want to teach this book and not have the word to back it up, nor to land it down. Okay, so Sister Deborah, is talking today about his namesake, that we continue to smear. We continue to live a living unrighteousness, unholy. No honor to the Father. But we want to say we the people, we the true Jews. We are doing the same identical thing that they're doing over in Israel. And if you think that he's going to look at you and say, no, you good, when you matching them to the T, a lot of y'all won't understand that. But if you knew how Judah is in this street killing each other, what different is it over in Israel? Israel killing somebody else's, but Judah killing their own. But just the men wants to live as if things can get better, or we can do this, or we the people, we the this, but they don't want to follow no rules of righteousness. They don't want to follow no rules of just. They don't want to follow no rules of upright. They're the same people that profane his holy name. They're still doing it today. So I say unto you, let me go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 31. I say unto you, thank the Most High, it's over. It's over trying to preach this thing and teach this thing in a way that the people are going to change. They're not. So you preach it so that the light can be brought out of the midst of darkness. You ain't gonna bring them out. Okay, they rooted in, y'all. They rooted in. Every time they want to do something, they always run it getting Judah, because Judah is the most easiest individual to do wrong to his own. All they have to do is go get Judah. Let Judah. We don't have to do nothing. We can throw our hands up. Just let Judah. Put Judah on top of Judah. They'll take that. They already know how you act. They already know how you rumble. They know you just that well. We're going to 1 Corinthians, okay, chapter 10 and verse 31. I got to see if that's one of my verses first. Yeah, it is. So I say unto you, the sadness and the deepness in it all is everything Yah has done. He has done it to protect his reputation, because we continue to dishonor, continue to show unrighteous. We continue to profane his holy name, but yet said we the true Jews. What are you doing that's so different than the Jews that's the fake ones? You're still serving Satan. outside his synagogue. So what difference does it make? You think all these churches on this corner are ran by Europeans? No, you got a lot of Judah running these churches, and they ain't no better. You see, but they won't go in. The Hebrew Israelites, they won't go in and really have a good talk with the church and the pastors. You know why? How could evil and wicked and wrong go in and tell evil, wicked, and wrong that you wrong? That's why tribe of Judah can't go to the highways and byways. That's why they can't go and really sit among Judah. That's why they can't get along. That's why Judah can gather, and most likely they're going to have a shootout and a kill out before the day's over. That's Judah. It's in them, y'all. It's not something on the outside. It ain't something somebody brought their mind to be doing. No, baby, this is a people that was like this before they got over here. Because anytime, like the Father told me, they do it to you, Deborah, it's because they have already done it to me. They haven't paid tithes nor offering to me in no shape, form, or fashion because the hardening of their heart. So don't expect them to give you because they have already done it to me. So it's going to be vice versa to you. Same thing in this situation. Don't expect Judah to bring spirit and truth out with the light. Judah been doing this since the beginning of time, and if you really understand it, you'll know that's why he's where he's at today. It's for that same reason. Never doing it right, never getting it right. So it ain't something they're doing to Israel or Judah, or ain't nobody doing nothing to them. They're doing it to themselves. Who can say that somebody is bothering Israel? Somebody is bothering Judah, the true Hebrew Israelite. Who can say that? Nobody. We can't say that today because we're doing the same darn thing. We're never bringing the honor to the Father. We're never bringing the holiness, righteousness, or his power so that the world can see. Be the light. Speak spirit and truth. It's a great start. But these people don't want spirit and truth. They don't want no light because they want their own way. They want their own feelings to be validated. They want their emotions to be looked at and reasoned with. So my Father says, but Deborah, for my own name's sake, will I give myself honor? Will I give myself who I am, all righteous, Deborah? For I give myself, for I am holy. My power is mine. I don't need them to give me nothing. Because I've given them more than 400, but thousands of years to bring glory to me, to exalt me, to magnify me. And here they are in captivity, saying somebody bothering me. Sister Deborah, I hope you got something out of it because I did. I come to understand for his name's sake. Must we understand how to give honor, glory, righteousness. For his name's sake does power rest within our might. For his name's sake shall we come to that level where he says, for thou art holy. But it's all for his name's sake, his own repetition. Am I saying it? Reputation. Does he uphold all things for his name's sake? Praise the mighty Yah. Shalom and shalom.